The U.S. House approved legislation that cracks down on satellite providers that broadcast messages of terrorism or violence against the United States.
My legislation that will direct the President to transmit to Congress a report on anti-American incitement to violence in the Middle East.
There are thought criminals who maintain that resistance is not real.
The so-called Terror TV bill was passed in December, not noticed much in the States, but it calls for the Obama administration to impose sanctions against Arab satellite TV stations that incite terrorism or promote anti-American views.
In 2008, Al-Manar TV, run by Hezbollah, broadcast over 24 video clips of insurgents' bombings against U.S. and coalition forces in Iraq.
Oh, shit! I got that one!
Further, Iranian state-controlled TV channels such as Al-Rafadan repeatedly broadcast calls for death to America.
What's the best way to solve the problem in Iraq? Convert them to Christianity, convert them to Judaism, or convert them to ash?
Ash.
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 How come?
I don't like them.
And Al-Aqsa TV, an arm of Hamas, broadcast a puppet showing depicting an Arab child stabbing the President of the United States.
I think all the Iraqis should be executed.
Why?
Don't like them again.
There still lies fanatical, anti-American and anti-Semitic efforts that continue to incite people around the world through broadcasts in the Middle East.
Dear viewers, what is the difference between the Kofi Annans? You know, Kof in Hebrew means a monkey, a simian, a primate, a baboon, a orangutan, a gorilla, a ape, a monkey.
Without a doubt, freedom of the press and freedom of expression are the foundations of a free and prosperous societies throughout the world. Yet, with this important freedom comes the great responsibility.
I'm a big supporter of non-censorship, and I have a lot of critics in the United States who can say all kinds of things about me. I actually think that that makes our democracy stronger.
This propaganda threatens to long-term U.S. interests in the region and does a great deal of damage to the prospects of improving the bilateral relations between America and our allies in the Arab world.
We're talking about a situation where demanding to silence Arabic media is not going to win the United States any friends in the Middle East. And if the whole purpose of this bill is to lessen anti-American sentiment, I think coming across as a country that's trying to censor television in foreign borders is going to be far more damaging to our interest abroad.
In addition, it undermines the prospects for Arab-Israeli peace. Make no doubt about that.
A blatant example of the U.S. overreaching in order to censor Arab media. Think of how Americans would react if, for example, I don't know, Saudi Arabia decided to impose sanctions against Fox and CNN for promoting allegedly anti-Muslim or anti-Arabic views. And that's something that, you know, we could have very easily seen during, for example, the ramp-up of the war in Iraq, where a lot of the U.S. media was criticized for sort of, you know, standing behind the government and lining up against the invasion. It also raises the question of a double standard. The United States is known for being a bastion of media freedoms. We have enshrined the freedom of speech in our Constitution. We've spent countless dollars and political capital trying to promote media freedom abroad.
Well, today he stepped things up a notch. He called the freedom of expression and religion universal rights.
They should be available to all people, including ethnic and religious minorities, whether they are in the United States, China, or any nation.
And I mean, just a few weeks ago, we saw Secretary of State Hillary Clinton give a speech on internet freedom, where she laid out her vision of an America that's completely dedicated to open media policies abroad.
It does not matter if the war is not real, or when it is. victory is not possible. The war is not meant to be won. It is meant to be continuous. The essential act of modern warfare is the destruction of the produce of human labor.